Hello and welcome to your daily oracle reading for Saturday, August 27th, 2020. I'm Linda the Lightworker. I'm a shamanic practitioner and I make these daily videos so we can all stay on a purpose-driven path, living one day at a time, especially during this time of COVID when there's so much uncertainty in our world. So if this is your first time stopping by, stick around to the end. I'm glad you're here. If you want to know more about me, all my info is down below in that dibbly-doo box. LindaTheLightWorker.com is my website, or you could email me directly, LindaTheLightWorker@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you just as soon as I can. All right, today our general reading, listen, you take what you need and you leave the rest. So today I'm working with the wonderful Gregory Scott Tarot, which is a new tarot deck that's out, available on Amazon. All the information's down below. And you know what? It's printed in all these different languages. Don't get me started about Gregory, because you know I love him. All right. Our first card today is the King of Cups. So the cups rule the water signs, and the water signs are Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. And the water signs often represent our emotions. And when we have the king, it's about mastery. Like we have overcome our emotions. We are in balance with our emotions. Look at how he's sitting there. He's like toasting the room of how well composed he is. This is not a fake sort of like playing nice to the crowd. The king shows you how the king is, and he is mature. He's living his emotional experience with clarity and with grace and strength, and he can see how his emotions can work to his advantage as well, because he's mastered them. So it's really about being in balance emotionally. The two pillars here, these two fountains that are kind of spitting these waterfalls of water coming through. I bet that's really great. I would love that in my house, right? That waterfall. So it really is rising above those emotions and really knowing how to navigate them. That means being a master means no knee-jerk reactions. You know how to respond when situations arrive, good or bad, whatever unfolds. This king is in control. He's not losing his crap. He's not sending off emails to his old boyfriend or whomever. He is here and in charge. Like, he really knows what to do. He also knows sometimes that maybe he just needs to sit and just relax for a little while before he even takes any action from his emotions. Our second card is another cups, and we have the 10 of cups, and these 10s are always celebration cards and acknowledgement of how far we've come. And this is about, again, in the cups, how well you're doing emotionally. And when I see this little family here, you know, I'm not very traditional, you might have guessed, and a traditional family sense to me really was never a goal. But when I see this, I see it's more than just the family. This is being more than your family. This is being more than yourself. This is this abundance, this influence, this inner and outer harmony. Like when I see this angel up there with the rainbow, it's a blessing. Like the harmony, I love that word, harmony, harmony. It's all in this flow. And look at how they have all these beautiful goblets, enough for themselves and others. So it's about being generous with this loving energy and knowing that you contribute in a way that's bigger than yourself. This is beyond you. This is like the grace of the universe coming in and really penetrating and embracing you with all this extra love. A part of some, what does that mean? A part of something greater than yourself. Oh, that means like when you do this emotional healing that you're doing, when you're doing this, then it heals not only yourself, but your family And this can be the family of origin work. I know many of you have dabbled in, or perhaps have really gone headlong in doing your family of origin work, and that healing energy. Nobody has a perfect family. Listen, people argue. Nobody has a non-dysfunctional family. We don't know what a functional family even looks like, because it's all being recreated every day. We have some dynamics. But if you're doing your inner work and your emotional work, the more that you're able to heal yourself, the more your family and that energy outside of yourself just blossoms. So it really is worth the effort. So hang in there. Our final tarot card today is this Knight of Swords. And I tell you, this is what we're healing from. Here is, okay, this is the situation. What is this? The Knight of Swords. Okay, the swords represent the air signs, and the air signs are Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. And oftentimes with the swords, the suit of swords is about being in your head or in your thought process or in your intellectual capacity. And so when this guy shows up, this is you overcoming one of two things here. You are either that old victimized, like perhaps the family of origin was very abusive, and that's, a lot of people have that, just with perhaps a parent didn't say something in this fashion, pointing and being cruel or angry or arguing, but that's how you received that information. And then you felt victim. Then we start like reliving those terrible moments over and over and over again in the mind's eye. Or appear, perhaps you're this guy. Maybe you were recently in an argument and you didn't get to say what you wanted to say, and you wish you told that guy blah, 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 or your father or your whatever, right? Told them off. Or if you have had an argument, oftentimes shame might come up. So the invitation here is to recognize this is an inside job. This is replaying those old stories over and over again. And the more you're able to step into that abundant love, do your forgiveness work, write your letters, but don't send them, to release those old pains. There's so many wonderful techniques to really step into that joyful family of origin, love, or whatever your family means to you. It's really releasing this old trauma. And when, what happens when we start healing our own trauma, and we can then start healing our ancestral trauma. Words are getting jumbled. So that means this could be an old story, an old belief that you picked up a long time ago. Look at this guy here. How old are you now? I bet you're older than this kid. Looks like this kid has surrendered. He's laid down his sword. He's not even fighting, and this still yelling at him. So where are you in the story? It's healing these old stories, right? Oh, that's hard work. But you know what? You're already the king of this domain. You've already mastered that. You know how to get through this. And it takes courage. This guy's got an abundance of courage. That's easy stuff. You can do that today. All right, our final card today comes from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck by Colette Baron-Reid. You know I love this deck. All the info's down below in that dibbly-doo. All right. Our final card here is going the distance, right? Going the distance. What does this mean? It means it's the long game. What have we been talking about? This whole week has really been about planning the future, plotting forward, keep that momentum going. Think about the long game. You've got to have your stamina. If you are doing this emotional work, this big emotional work, and when we heal this old trauma, it's a process. And it doesn't happen overnight. But each time we go deeper into healing these old wounds, the more whole we become. And the more we're able to step into a brighter consciousness. We feel freer. We let go of that old pain and anxiety. Joy and disappointment are always on the same journey. So dealing with our disappointment or our fear and our old pain will help us to build that stamina to get to our goal. Because, you know, the thing is that life is just continues to unfold. And the more healing work we're able to do, especially if you can do any of that inner child work to really heal those old wounds. And this could be, I'm going to say it, I know we've talked a little bit about work trauma, but this could also be an overbearing boss or a belief that you picked up from somebody who was raging. A lot of people rage, right? They get diswacted. I like that new word. So letting go and healing those old pains, that is the invitation. And you know what? You can do it. It's going to pay off in the long run. So, oh boy, sounds like a little bit of work today, but you know what? You're up for it. You can do it. So make sure you take extra good care of yourself. If you are doing some inner child work or just recognizing that you have emotionally been bruised by somebody else's brutality, just remember to invite that little person, even if that little person is 47 years old. It doesn't matter how old you are where this trauma happened, but welcome that lovingly into your arms and into your heart, and do that practice, do that there, sweetheart. Like really just nurture and love and listen to that voice that's being told, whatever they're saying, however they're speaking. Let them come up and soothe them. You can do it. We can heal these old wounds. And as we heal our own wounds, we're able to let that love shine out even more. So keep at it. You can do it. You've got it in you. All right, my dear, that's our reading for today. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by. Let me know how you're doing. If you're one of my new subscribers, thank you. I am so thrilled you're here. Soon we're going to be at 300. I'm really excited about that. So thank you for being a part of this little channel. All right, my dear, I love you, and I look forward to seeing you next time.